Alright, this is gonna be it. You don't know how many times I've done this already. Alright, so, hi guys, I'm Jasmine, and this is my channel where I talk about mental health because my mind matters and I talk about it. And so today, our topic is on self-harming. So, there are many different forms of self-harming. You can, the most common one is to cut yourself, and you can also be beating yourself up against the wall or brick wall, or I sometimes punch my bunk bed. And there's a ton of different ways to be doing it, and you just need to be on the lookout for what is considered self-harming yourself. Hold on. Okay. So I've been self-harming since I was in high school. And weird noises. I've been self-harming since I was in high school. And actually, there was this one time where I remember exactly when I got this scar. Because you can't really see a lot of my scars because they were made with a blunt pair of scissors. Like, you could look at them if you look really closely and in lighting, but really you can't really see them. They're not really there. But I do have this one, and I remember the exact date when I made that scar, and that was February 11th, 2016. I think it was 2016. I've been debating a lot if it was 2016 or not. I think it was 2016. Now I'm questioning it again. Anyways, and on that day, I was just feeling really stupid. Like, someone had said something to me, and it triggered me and made me think I was really stupid, because I thought that they were saying that I was like really stupid, and it was making my voices in my head say I was really stupid. And so I felt like I just needed to punish myself. And there are a lot of reasons why people could be self-harming themselves. Like, for me, my main reason is because I am trying to reach out to people. Like, in my times of darkness, I feel so lonely. And I self-harm myself because it's my way of trying to get people to notice my pain. It's my way of trying to call out for help. And then just hope that someone that I want to help me will know exactly how to help me. But that never happens. Never happens. But this is very important to be looking out for. Because if you know how to help someone, and if you know that this is like a call for help to them, and if you know that they're in trouble, and maybe you can do something about it. Because who knows, maybe that person is like really close to committing the final act of self-harm, and that is committing suicide. But we're going to get to that later, what you can do to help people. So another reason why I self-harm is because of I feel so stupid sometimes, like I need to be punished. And I think that is a very common reason for a lot of people. But there is like a whole list of different reasons why people could be self-harming. And another reason is sometimes, or actually a lot of times, we get so numb, like our feelings get so numb, that we just want to have that little bit of pain, just to have something to feel. And so we self-harm ourselves. We'll do anything just to feel like, just anything that'll make us feel alive. And that's probably where self-destructiveness or recklessness comes in, because we just want to make ourselves feel alive, to feel something powerful, even if it's painful and dangerous. So So this date, since this date, or after this date, I don't know how to form the sentence. It had been 1 year since I made this scar, and I was so proud of myself. I made this whole post on Facebook talking about all the things that I've learned since I made the last scar, and how I've overcome my depression and trials that have put the scar there. And yeah, it's been a whole year. And after that, I went a few months more. But then I relapsed. And I just want to talk about this for a second. Relapsing is perfectly normal. It's common, it's normal, it's perfectly okay to relapse. Because, just face it, you're gonna relapse anyways. It's really hard to get out of something that you're so used to doing. And something, I don't know. I don't know. Relapsing though, as long as you're making progress, it's okay. Like, you don't beat yourself up if you make one little slip up, one little mistake. Don't beat yourself up and just give up and be like, screw it. You know, I've already done it, so I'm just gonna keep doing it now. No, don't do that. Once you have relapsed, just realize it, forgive yourself, and then keep moving forward. Just get yourself back on track, and just set yourself little goals. Like, if you're someone that if you like do it every week or something, try to go 2 weeks, and from there try to go 3 weeks. Or sometimes I don't know what I'm trying to say. I wish I could edit. But what you can do is, say you've got to 2 months without self-harming. From there, don't give in, okay? Just don't give in. Just keep pushing yourself forward. Say you got two months, you go 2 months more. Or maybe you'll go 2 years. Or maybe you've gone 6 months and you go 6 months more. And you can just keep going longer, keep pushing yourself. Because eventually, that urge you have is going to shrink. Or maybe at first it'll grow bigger and bigger, and you'll just be like, but if you just keep pushing yourself and doing these alternatives that I'm about to talk to you about, then that urge is going to shrink down into like a little poke until it's just not even there anymore. So the last time I self-harmed, I honestly don't even remember. Like, I always wrote it down in my diary somewhere. My dark little depressing diary, and I just burped. I'm sorry, I burped. I'm human. But I think it was like last July, maybe a year ago. I honestly don't remember. But I don't even get those urges anymore. Like, maybe they'll come in little thoughts and ideas, but I ignore them. I completely ignore them, and I'm good. So that's your goal there. Like, it's probably always going to come in on rare occasions as just like a thought or an idea. But as long as you're strong enough and you've gone so far that it's not even going to bother you. So that's going to be your goal. I hope that's going to be your goal. And some alternatives. Here are some alternatives that you could do. I've actually found this little notebook that my aunt made for me a long time ago. And it actually has this page right here where it talks about being self-destructive. So something that you could do is do an ice dive. Like, maybe you can fill up your tub full of ice and just dive in it. I don't know. I think that's a little bit too much effort. Cold shower though. That's a really good one. That's the one that I've used a couple times. Is if you have the urge to self-harm and you can just jump into the shower. Just jump in, turn on the water, and just let the cold water hit you. And that way the sensation distracts you, and it's a sensation. I think that's what we are really looking for, is that sensation, like an active sensation of feeling, really. And yeah, cold showers are great. And ice cubes also. I watched this one video of this girl on YouTube. She I think her channel name is like Kristen or like Kirsten or something like that. And she talks about mental health. She's actually one of the people that gave me the idea that I could talk about mental health on YouTube, or inspired me, I guess. She's one of the people that have inspired my idea. And she did this one video. She's done a couple videos actually about self-harming. And one of them, she was talking about alternatives that you could do. And one of her ideas was to use red food coloring to dye an ice cube. And that way you can run it over your skin. And as it melts, it drips in red. And so it kind of tricks your mind into thinking that you're bleeding. So it takes care of that little urge. And then you also have that cold sensation on you that can trigger your active feeling, something, urge, or whatever you want to call that. And distracting yourself is also really helpful in your urges to self-harm. Like, instead of self-harming yourself, try doing self-care. I was gonna say self-caring yourself, but I don't think that's a word. Self-care for yourself? I don't know. Self-care instead of self-harm.